What is going on? Jim Beaver out here on another misadventure. This one finds us in Phoenix, Arizona for the 2024 Kawasaki National Dealer Show. And the big news is they just debuted the all-new Ridge. By the time you were viewing this, they debuted it anyways. But this is a little pre-debut. But we're out here. We're going to get to put these Ridges through their paces today. They got a track built out here at Firebird Raceway. So I'm going to get behind the wheel of one of these. And also going to do a walk around. Going to have a lot of fun behind the wheel of one of these Ridges, and yeah, looking forward to having some fun in a brand new unit. And I think a lot of you watching this will probably be one of the first walk-arounds on the internet, so really excited about that. So hang tight and enjoy the misadventure. All right, so obviously you got a chance to see the Ridge now. We're gonna go hit this track. I'm really excited to get behind the wheel of one of these things. We're gonna put this thing through its paces. All new inline 4-cylinder, 118 horsepower. The utility of this thing is next level with the bed, the dumps, obviously the HVAC in-cab enclosure, and really excited to see what this thing can do. See the performance come stock with 30-inch tires, which is huge for a utility UTV. So I think this thing's going to be more than capable. Obviously the utility is there. I want to see the sport function of it. It's also got 3 modes. It's got a workhorse mode, it's got a normal mode, and then it's got a sport mode for the engine, so it cranks things up a notch. And man, we're going to go take this thing out on the track and see what it can do. All right, so I'm sitting in the all-new Ridge, getting ready to take it out and put it through its paces. So this is the Ridge. This is the Workhorse edition. I'll be in the Ridge XR next, but let's check out the Ridge first and foremost, and I'll let you know what I think. All right, so I just got done driving the Ridge, the base model Ridge. I hate to say base model, but not the full performance one, the Workhorse Ridge. I get to do the Ridge XR next, but let me tell you that regular Ridge, the track we went on, you'll see from some of the footage, was really muddy, really deep ruts at times, and actually starting out in the one with lower horsepower, talking upper 80s horsepower, and the smaller wheels, or smaller tires, a couple inches smaller than the XR, was actually interesting because this thing ripped. I mean, absolutely ripped. The mud, the ruts, smaller tires, didn't have a problem getting through anything. The power band's really unique in these things, you know what I mean? You get on the gas and it stays in that power band really well. I know they've done some advanced stuff with the clutching, but man, the base model Workhorse Ridge absolutely rips. So it's got me excited to drive the XR, which has got like 30 more horsepower, 3-inch taller tires, and it's really performance minded. It's also got the bucket seats that I'm used to for racing and you know, and dirt sleighing and everything else. So really excited to get in the XR, and I get a chance to jump behind the wheel of one of those here in a few minutes. But so far, base model Ridge or the Workhorse Ridge, man, it is insanely awesome. It's a polished platform. One of the best things I noticed from driving it, the brakes. There's a section where I was probably up to 65 miles an hour. It's asphalt into dirt. There's a sharp right turn. I drove it in really deep into the corners to see how well it would grab. And let me tell you, even in the mud and the muck, that thing just stopped on a dime. So the braking in really performance-minded situations, really good on the Ridge. So yeah, I'm gonna jump behind the wheel of the XR, and we're gonna see how that does. Oh, and one final note, man, the stereo system in these things absolutely kicks ass. Kawasaki dialing in the audio, and man, it was fun. I was blazing out to tunes. I tried both the heating and the air conditioning, and everything worked flawlessly. So you know, I mean, the GPS, there's stuff to track your pets. Like the data system and the infotainment system that are in these Ridges is pretty next level. So think you guys are gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna jump behind the wheel of the XR, and yeah, we'll come back after that, let you know what I think. All right, so just got done driving the XR. Obviously drove the Workhorse version of the Ridge earlier in the day, and let me tell you, man, this XR, this thing screams. As good as the power was in the regular Ridge, the XR, man, it takes it up a notch. Had a ton of fun driving it. The suspension, the ground clearance, all on point. It definitely bridges the gap between recreation, performance, and being a workhorse, unlike anything I've ever seen before. Obviously the HVAC, I really tried that out. It got a little bit hotter. Air conditioner blew cold. Obviously we talked about the stereo system earlier. That's phenomenal. Man, these things are all around great UTV, and I think they're going to fit a niche for a lot of different people. I was blown away. The braking performance still blows my mind, but the suspension, honestly, better than expected. Really sent it. There's some rock piles in the course, a lot of jumps, things like that, and this thing handled everything. So I'm really stoked, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the walk around, you know, some of the behind the scenes driving it, and my first impressions. We're going to spend a whole lot of time with the Ridge later on this year and in the coming months. Obviously I've got a Ridge build, but man, be following along here on YouTube. Make sure and subscribe, and enjoy the misadventure.